Hello, today we're going to talk a little bit about emotional eating. And because a lot of us are feeling more stressed and more overwhelmed these days, I thought it would be an excellent topic to cover. When it comes to dieting or just getting healthy, do you feel that you know all the things that you need to do, but it's just really hard to put it into practice? And then, you've tried diet after diet. Do you find that, you're good for a small chunk of time, but then you're really finding it hard to stay consistent with that diet? A lot of us have found ourselves to be in that boat at one point or another. And a lot of it has to do with our emotions and our feelings. One thing that diet does not address is our emotions. Diets in general address the food and what we're eating, but they don't address the why. They don't address why we're eating. And a lot of the time, that is the missing piece. That's the key. And so we'll talk a little bit about that today. Emotional eating, I like to describe that as any time that you are eating and you're not physically hungry. So I like to say that food only solves hunger. So if you're eating and you're not physically hungry, that's emotional eating. A lot of the times, when we think about emotional eating, we think about somebody just bawling their eyes out and, crying on the couch into, a gallon of ice cream. And while that certainly is emotional eating, for most of us, emotional eating is a little more subtle than that. And I like to call it emotional eating versus stress eating because we eat for positive and negative emotions. Some of the negative emotions are frustration, loneliness, boredom, stress, overwhelm, and restlessness is actually a really interesting one as well. We also eat for positive reasons. A celebration, birthday, anniversary, retirement, and also the holidays. A lot of us look forward to overstepping ourselves on the holidays. So those would be positive emotions for, why we may emotionally eat. And so if we want to be successful in our efforts to get healthy, to lose weight, some of our other wellness goals, it's important to look at the reasons why we're eating and to see if we can make any changes in those areas. I'd like to talk to my clients about being surveyors of our thoughts. And that is to scan our thoughts. Our brains offer up hundreds of thousands of thoughts a day. And some are true and some are not. And just because our brain offers a thought doesn't mean that it's true, and it doesn't mean that it's one that serves us. And so I like to say, scan your thoughts, keep the ones that are working for you, the ones that you like, and then ditch the ones that aren't working so well. Our thoughts create our feelings create our actions, and our actions create our results. This is powerful because we have the power to change our experience in life a lot of the times. If we don't like the results that we're getting in life, we have the power to change our thoughts and create a different experience for ourselves. And so being surveyors of our thoughts can really help with this. Another thing that we can do to sort of combat emotional eating is to stay curious, to ask our brains really good questions. So instead of beating ourselves up and saying, why am I at the drive-thru again after I, promised myself I wouldn't do that anymore, stay curious and say, I wonder why I'm here. I wonder what's driving this. I wonder what happened in my day that has sort of brought me to this place. And when we stay curious, our brain offers up solutions. and answers to our questions. So that is an important technique as well. As I kind of alluded to, you just want to make sure that you're not beating yourself up and creating this vicious cycle of, sort of feeling defeated and overeating because you're, feeling this negative emotion. And journaling can be really helpful in terms of figuring out what thoughts your brain is coming up with and also finding solution to those thoughts as well. So just as a reminder, our thoughts create our feelings create our actions, and our actions create our results. Try on some different thoughts if the ones that you're currently thinking aren't serving you, and see if those new thoughts can produce different results in your life. Have a great day.